Hi there, I'm Sarah Louise. Welcome to my channel. I talk about all kinds of things from spirituality, life, health, etc., etc. But one thing I haven't really talked too much about is health, actually, and that is one of the really big things that I'm into. And I don't know why, I just haven't shared too much on it lately, or probably at all. But one of my biggest passions and obsessions in life is just being as healthy as I possibly can. I'm always exploring the newest supplements and dietary things to eat and things for skincare. I try to stick as natural as I can. I don't tend to use chemicals as much as possible, and I don't do any fillers and Botox and things like that. Not yet anyways. Trying to hold it off as long as I can. But I am obsessed with natural health. So I wanted to do a couple of things where I start, because I realize that I often start a lot of supplements at the same time, and then it's kind of difficult to know what worked and what didn't. I think I'll just do a bit of a backstory. So I was diagnosed with autoimmune lupus disease, not like truly diagnosed. When I went, the consultant said to me, it was a long time ago, he said there's no actual test to tell you whether you've got lupus or not, but I'm sure you have it. My tests were always positive for ANA, which is anti-nuclear antibody test or something like this. And I used to go every 3 months and get tested. And this was about 14 years ago now. It all started from an injury that I had, a knee injury. Well, it wasn't an injury. My knee just went for no reason. And because they couldn't find like a cause, I ended up in rheumatology. And I do have Raynaud's, which is where you kind of get really, really poor circulation and really cold in your fingers and toes. And yeah, he told me that he was pretty definite that I had lupus, and he wanted to kind of see me every 3 months. But after about a year, I think I just got really sick of going, and I took myself out of the hospital system. I should probably do a video on this in a way, but do you know what? I get really sick of it, because whenever I say that I fix myself with diet, then you just get people coming at you and saying that you didn't, or you didn't have it properly. I don't know. People are so resistant to doing natural methods that they almost just want to attack you. But yeah, I was essentially diagnosed, and I used to go to the hospital every 3 months to give blood and do tests and stuff. And then I pulled myself out because I wasn't really feeling sick at that time, and my knee was getting a bit better, and I guess I just kind of dismissed it a bit. But later on, simultaneously to this, I had horrific stomach problems, really bad. I just had terrible IBS. I was always in hospital for that too, getting checks for intolerances and Crohn's and things like this, but everything would always come back negative. And it was a chemist that actually recommended that. I probably will do a video on this actually, where I'll go into a bit more detail, because I think, my journey has been important. But anyway, there were times where I was just really, really just so, the way it would present itself to me was that I would just be extremely fatigued, where some days I'd have so much energy so no one would really notice, but then just for periods of time I'd be absolutely wiped, or I could barely get out of bed. My body would be weak, like I'd had the flu. I would definitely get bouts of sort of depression. And I actually really just have slowly over the years fixed myself. I also connected it scientifically later, but I just naturally started going for all these diets and trying to fix it through diet, which really did work. But then later I did see that there is actually now a sort of link between lupus and leaky gut, which really obviously made sense, because I had both things simultaneously going on. And obviously probably the leaky gut came first, and then it probably created the autoimmune. And I found that fixing my stomach just helped, And when you're ill, when you've had an illness like that, you will do anything. You will eat cardboard every day if it makes you feel well, if it picks you up. And I'll do a longer video on this, but I don't want to bore everyone to tears that's not interested in this. But this is why I'm so obsessed with health, because it really, really has given me my life quality back. Like, it's allowed me to do things with my life, you know. And I only have just started talking about it in the last couple of years. And the reason I didn't talk about it before is because I never wanted to live through my illness. Even from the beginning, I never wanted to make it an excuse as to why I couldn't do things. Even though it was difficult at times, I didn't ever want to, because I feel once you start making it an excuse, it just becomes a bigger and bigger excuse, you know. But yeah, I crazy into diet and health because of these things, and I think most people are. I think most people that get into these things young had problems, right? And they wanted to feel well and they wanted to fix themselves. But I've really deviated. But yeah, I'm gonna try 2 supplements this month. So this kind of journey for me started when I went to the Organic and Natural Products, I think it's called, exhibition. I'm gonna edit the video soon and pop it below so that you can have a look at it and see all the different stands there. But there was a mushroom stand called Bristol Fungarium, and she kind of really sold me on these mushroom tinctures. They weren't really selling them, but I just managed to get hold of one. And they had all these natural mushroom tinctures. I'll add the video in here in a bit. Like, I'll talk a little bit more about these supplements and the actual scientific benefits of them in my after video, because what I'm going to do is to really see how these work. I've got 2 things that I'm going to start taking, and I'm going to take them for 30 days. One of them something that I've taken before, so it's not a new thing, and this is a new thing. And I'm going to come and I'm going to make a video in 30 days as to how I feel on these supplements. And obviously it's going to be individual. I'm going to have a different, you know, reaction to everybody else. But I think, you know, it's interesting to see which ones, you know, have a good effect on us. So I am somebody, when I'm with supplements, as I do look at the science, but I'm also heavily intuitive when I pick supplements and how I take them. Like, I have a fridge of supplements and I just kind of just take from them here and there, because I think things like copper, you know, how often would you really get copper? So I'll have like maybe 1 copper tablet every week or something, or every 2 weeks, and I kind of do it like this rather than sort of doing the, you know, all of them every day. But yeah, this woman really sold me, and I sampled a couple. And I first tried cordyceps, which I do have the powder, and I felt a massive energy rush. So even with how I feel on them, I like to start with how I feel intuitively. I'm quite in tune with my body. I'm, you know, in tune with like the feelings and what's happening. So that's where I like to start with supplements, actually. I like to know what I'm actually feeling energetically. Then I want to see what the difference is over the period of time. And then I also want to know, you know, some of the data. But actually the data is probably the bottom thing for me. You know, it's more, do I feel great, and what energetic feelings am I getting for this? So they had all these amazing mushrooms there, and for some reason, yeah, I felt great on the cordyceps, but I just felt really drawn to this one, and it's turkey tail. I'll show you the box. I just felt this was the one for me. And I'll tell you what I felt initially. So when I had cordyceps, I just felt really awake. I feel like it just gives you energy, right? Because they're very strong, these tinctures. They're not like the powders. When I have the powders, I don't really notice anything. It's very subtle. But these tinctures are really, really good quality. I think this is a really good brand, because I felt them immediately when I had this little bit of water with the tincture in. So I think I've taken this one now for about 3 days, and I'll update you in 30. But I am just gonna say what I felt when I first sampled it. Was I just felt really in my heart center. I feel like it's a spiritual mushroom, because I felt really immediately in my heart center, and I did feel more energized, but in a different way to cordyceps. Like cordyceps is more like a boost of energy. This, I feel like it's regulated something inside of me. Now I do know that nearly all the mushrooms, they do regulate your immune system, and that's kind of what you want. You don't really, because it's easy to just kind of want it boosted up, but obviously someone like me wouldn't really want that. We want it to be regulated. And yeah, it made me feel very sort of, I felt like it opened my crown chakra. I felt like it opened my heart. And I wasn't expecting to feel that, honestly. I was more expecting to have more physical things, but I felt a really spiritual sensation from taking this mushroom. And like I felt a lot more of more stable energy increase that I've already noticed within only 3 days. But I'm not going to say too much more about it because, you know, I want to take it for 30 days and I'll let you know. And the other thing that I'm doing, and I'm okay to do them together because I've done this before and I know it's really great for me, but I just want to get back into it and I wanted to recommend it to anyone that doesn't take it, is sea moss. It has 94, I think it's 94, 92 or 94 of the minerals of, I need to go research better, but there's something like 105 minerals that the body needs, and this has around 94 of them or something. I'll come back with the exact amount, but it has nearly every mineral the body needs essentially. And it's called Nature's Botox, and you can put it on your skin as a face mask, and you can take, you know, it tastes horrible. The reason I actually buy the jars is because normally I buy everything fresh because it's better that way, and you can get like Irish sea moss, you can get it as a sort of dried seaweed and you can soak it and you can blend it, but my blender's not very good. It's not a Vitamix, so I find it has lumps in it and it's so disgusting. It actually makes me heave. So at least if I buy it in a jar, then I feel like I'll take it, right? So it's one of the only things that I buy pre-made like that. But if you've got a good blender, you can just make it yourself by just rinsing it super well. You soak it overnight and then you just blend it with a little bit of distilled water or spring water. And when I take this every day, I mean, it obviously also has health benefits, right? But it will make your skin better. When I take this every single day, like a spoonful, I notice my skin is more glowing. It just looks better. I look younger. It's called Nature's Botox. And if you put it on your skin as a face mask before you go to bed, it also makes your skin amazing. So I'm back on this sort of simultaneously, but I'm gonna still feel the effects because I know what it's like to take Irish sea moss. I just went through a period of not having it and regretted it and realized how important it is to my life. And I just wanted to talk about one more product when I'm on a bit of like a product haul. And this is like a face thing that I just absolutely love. So it's prickly pear oil, and I get it from this company called Gram, and they're an English company, even though I know it doesn't sound like a very English name. And I love this company. I've done a video on them before. I think they're awesome. They are one, in my opinion, of the best value natural product ranges. I'm not saying there's not more natural, but for the price range, I don't think you're going to find like better products. I like their simple packaging. They've got a really great ethos. And prickly pear oil is like the best oil I've ever tried on my face by miles. I love it. I love the feel of it. And I do it with like I don't know how to, I'm really bad with pronouncing so many things. I need to like go on a dictionary pronunciation course. But I use the gua sha. Someone's going to tell me how to pronounce it. And I have a little routine with that where I basically like, it's a long tool, I should have brought it up, and I've got a mother of pearl one, and you just sort of like scrape your skin up, and it's really good for lymphatic drainage. Obviously don't just go by that, go watch a tutorial of how to do it properly. But yeah, I just wanted to share that product because it's a sort of new find for me. I've tried loads of face oils, but that one is really the best one that I've tried. So yeah, I just wanted to do a shout out for that. But yeah, this is a bit of a random throw together health video, but it's something that I want to do way more, is because I'm always trying new supplements and things. So anything that I try, I'm going to come share the results with you from now on. And yeah, I hope everyone's good. Let me know if you take any of these things, especially turkey tail, because I have it wasn't one I thought I was going to get. I actually thought I would get any other than that, but just something in my intuition was like, get it. And I just can't explain how much better I feel spiritually, though, not just energy, spiritually. I feel like it's just opened I feel like my heart's been a bit blocked since lockdown, honestly, and I've not been getting into those higher states, and I feel like it really just opened me up and shifted. And like I said, I was more getting it for health benefits, but that was like a really nice sort of side effect for me. And when I come back, I'll and do the after video, I'll share lots more of the kind of actual what they say it's good for. But I kind of prefer to read that later and come at it from my own perspective first, so that I can actually like feel into it without having something in my head before I do. So that's kind of why I do that later. But yeah, anyways, hope everyone is good, and I'll speak soon. Bye.